municipal bodies were not working. So citizens' participation. But we took it as a private, just contract, award contract, give floor tender, and some private companies will take care of. So even security system also in some of the countries, some local neighborhood, county, you give to the private sectors. But we know what the situation is. Government cannot. In fact, if you go to the Marx will say, okay, withdrawal of the state. But state is required. And some function, they said there is no business of government to be in the business. Now, when the share market is going down, everybody is saying, okay, your government, Reserve Bank should come. Every day there is some initiative government should take.
And government should buy equity also.
So my question is, government must work for those who need it most. There are certain sections who have benefited out of this liberal economy, so they didn't require government. So you don't serve to them. But there are 70% of people in the queue who are waiting. So government's priority should be, we have not changed our priority. Change our priority, and then comes to the internal security. Because even living in Delhi, Mumbai or any city, you see vast majority of the people, in the security system what we did is the VIP security arrangement. So people, on the one hand, terrorists, ultras, militants, they are striking at their will. On the other hand, even if police goes, security people also, you have a macho, and then ultimately your human rights, your individual rights is being curbed, your free movement is curbed, and you are all the time scared. If you go to the, hell is passing through the security thing in the airport and all these things, but this is a part of our thing. What happening is this, we are focusing more on protecting VIPs and important installations. That is required. But what about the common man security? If a person going out of his house for work or for education institution, son is going or daughter is going, whether he is secured, he is safe, and he thinks that it will be in the evening, he will come back and she will come back and say, oh, all right. That is the sense of security. And for that, is the citizens' participation is required. And government also should take care of this. But more and more what we are doing is, through our policies, in the foreign policy, in our internal politics, what we are doing is, we are jeopardizing the security environment. India, 40 years before, or 30 years before, or 20 years before, was not that insecure, but now Indians are in that security. So government, when our Manmohan Singh went to United States in 2005 and met President Bush, he boosted that, all this Al-Qaeda and all this international network is there. So we don't have any homegrown terrorists. It's all cross-border terrorism. And now you are saying, the government is saying, there are homegrown terrorists. If I buy this theory, so government must answer what happened in between from 2005 to 2008, that when we boosted that, there is no homegrown terrorist in this country, why our young people are joining the rank of the terrorists?
So I think this is a question for this government, because last 3 years it has happened. You know, so you have actually, your whole foundation lies on these 4 security pillars that you would like to build upon. And this is something which I think...
There can be something else also if people...
No, I am saying, but this is broadly you are talking
about.
Yes,
I think.
You know, just to come back to a very important issue that you deal with personally as the chairman of one of the most important committees of our parliament, the Standing Committee on Urban Affairs, which deals with all the urban issues. You know, right now, of course, we have a big challenge of urbanization because many people are migrating from rural areas into cities. Yes. Now, in fact, it is estimated that next 40 years, probably even most part of India would be living in urban areas. So, you know, we have 2-3 challenges. One is at a broad level, macro level, policy challenge. Should we really encourage people from migrating from rural areas to urban areas, or we should develop rural areas? That's the first challenge. Because Mahatma Gandhi had said, develop all your 600,000 villages. They were fewer in numbers those days. We have created more. But develop your villages, India is developed. So that's the first dilemma. And second is, if you want to really bring people into the urban areas, then developing villages, how do you manage our cities? So how do you deal with this challenge?
Very, very, very fundamental questions these are. And in fact, being chairman of the urban development now compelled me to think over it. And I'm studying also that. Our committee also is studying. And you're correct. From Mahatma Gandhi ji to even APJ Abdul Kalam said that you provide facilities in the rural areas.
That's right.
Instead of compelling rural people to migrate, providing urban infrastructure in the rural areas. But now, jocularly I say, after 60 years, we have failed to provide basic rural facilities in the urban areas also. Sanitation, water, drinking water, and decent meal. twice.
And even air.
If you
Because
ask
better
someone,
air out there.
yes. Some these people who living in Charles in Mumbai, recently a survey was conducted when he was asked why in a shanty you were living. It was published in Guardian. So and after that poverty index was there.
Yeah.
So they say because sitting in our village we could not get 2 meals a day. Now at least we are getting 2 meals. So this is interlinked, the social security, food security, and what I said, talk about fuel thing. Yeah. Now you have urbanization, growing urbanization, tremendous pressure. It's good that now some pace is slowing down because people even after migrating to the cities is not going to get a livelihood. So it is a disincentive. But and this REGA and all other things, some social security work, facilities and infrastructure in the rural areas. You provide education, your roads, drinking water, some facilities, non-farm sectors you promote. People won't come to the urban areas. They don't want to leave their villages. But if you don't have anything, for good education, you have to come to the cities. For health treatment, you have to come to the cities. Even if you become a doctor, you become a lawyer, you have to come for your professional thing, you come to the cities. Even doing big business, you have to come to the manufacturing sectors also. All our in China it is rural-based manufacturing units, but we didn't promote that. We have to do that. But coming to your basic questions, now in the urban area, the people are coming. But that doesn't mean that we have created and we are managing well.
Right.
The cities are, if you go to the smaller cities, big cities or even metro cities or mega cities, the city management is in bad shape. It go anywhere. It's not only
completely collapsed.
It's collapsed.
I always used to say jocularly that there was a big company in Mumbai called Bombay Dyeing. It was started by Nasli Wadia, the present owner, his father. I said if Nasli Wadia's son was going to start a company in Mumbai, he will not call it Bombay Dyeing, he will call it Bombay Dead. Because unfortunately the cities have become like this.
You see, urban flooding. Earlier in 60s, 70s, you were not urban flooding. Now it's Chennai, Bangalore, Calcutta, Delhi, Mumbai. What is urban flooding? So out of greed, this channel, water channels, you have destroyed. So the natural channels used to be there.
That's right.
Now source of water, you have Jamuna or Mithi River. You have just destroyed
They
it.
become drains now. They're
Drains,
sewages.
Nalas. On the other hand, we have big buildings, roads are there, but you don't have put the parking space. In Delhi, you go to any housing place, you will find the plan, you have a parking space in the ground floor, basement, but after some time it becomes commercial center or exhibition center or even rented out, and then you park in the roads. My basic thing is urban poor shelter. We have housing boom, we are saying. Reality is making money. But what's happening is this, you have houses where no occupiers, you have people for those who have no houses.
So I think on one hand we are trying to give an impression, a mirage we are trying to create where people are coming to cities thinking that they will get a better life, but actually they are coming into a trap in which they get something to eat, but they are not able to live a life as they were living in even the villages.
When they watch television shows and these films, you see people dancing in front of the fountains, good roads, big buildings, huge lounge, 5-star hotels, everything is 5-star. But this is not for the people.
That's right.
And when they come, they have to find out somewhere beneath the flyover, railway tracks, some centers, somewhere. Even for the middle class people, you see, for last 2-3 decades, state governments have stopped rental housing with any state. So a middle class coming to this with some work, coming to the cities, where do they stay? Where they go? You have to have an ownership flat. You are compelled to buy that. So earlier people used to come, work and then go back to their town. But now when you spend and your whole lifelong savings and you create your property and assets, you don't feel like going back to the villages.
So you are in a trap now. So I hope Salim, with your experience and with your commitment and with your sincerity that you work with, I'm sure you'll be able to address this problem as the chairman of this committee now and hopefully in the next Lok Sabha, because we are now coming close to the tenure of this Lok Sabha. And I'm very thankful to you for this opportunity to talk to you and also to express your views to the viewers. So we would have loved to talk to you for a longer period, but I think we need to wind up this program. So thank you very much for joining this program, and we look forward to talking to you again. So thank you very much. And this was Mr. Mohommad Salim talking to us about various issues, his responsibility as the chairman of a standing committee in Parliament, as well as what he feels about how to solve the country's problem. So thank you very much for joining this program. We'll be joined by another guest in the next week, by another distinguished personality, and we'll come back to you to talk to you again.